Good day, everyone. Now let's talk about my philosophy of education as a teacher. By the way, my name is Hasim, your teacher for today. Now let's proceed to our first question. How will you treat your students or pupils? Of course, there are several reasons why we should treat our students. First is we should treat them with respect. Of course, as a teacher, we should treat our students with respect because there is a saying that respect begins with respect. That is why we should respect our student to deserve the respect that we get from them. Second is we should treat them equally. Of course, every teacher should see their students equally. They don't have to choose favoritism over someone because in equal, there is no discrimination either in their gender, their characteristics, or their behavior. That is why students should be treated equally. Next is know your students' characteristics. Of course, as a teacher, we have the responsibility to know their strengths and weaknesses, their characters, their behavior, their attitude, and to let them learn proper discipline not just in their house but also inside the classroom. Next is always consider your students in creating a lesson plan. So, in creating our lesson plan, we should always consider students because in that way, we will be able to know their performances in school and create new strategies for it to improve well. Next is letting our students feel that they are unique and important. So, this is also one of the essential things to remember in our day to day class. And letting our students know that they are unique and important is that it gives hope, and also we should let them feel the comfortable classroom environment where everyone can feel at home and true to themselves. Next is give your students endless motivation and fun activity. Of course, it is our responsibility to provide them positive motivation and fun activities enable for them to learn how fun and enjoyable learning can be. Next, teacher should be a role model. So, as a teacher, we already know that we are a role model to our students and society. That's why we should not let our students see negative behaviors that they might imitate because it would reflect to our school's capability. Next is treat them with proper discipline. Of course, in disciplining our students, we have the right as a second mother and as a teacher to them, and we should teach them if their behavior shows negative, but in disciplining we should also be mindful and careful on what we act and what we say to them. Next is let them know that you are approachable anytime. So this is also one of the important characteristics that a teacher must possess because this would let us know their situation and the way our student think. And lastly, we should teach them with the presence of the Almighty God. This is right because in learning, we should also include God in every aspect of our teaching, and we should not let our students dwell too much in their academic or studies. However, we should let them grow with the presence and fear of the Almighty God. Now let's proceed to our second question. What will you teach? Of course, I will teach my students how to respect each other because, just like what I've said earlier, respect begins with respect. Next is teach them how to agree and disagree. Of course, in every decision that they would take, we must teach our students how to disagree and agree because this would help them survive in their future decisions in life. Next is teach them how to be compassionate. So, of course, teaching them to be more compassionate would lead them to their habits or likes or rather in their future careers or goals in life, and they would make possible decisions that they want in the future. Next is teach them about empathy. in other people's situations. So, teaching them about empathy would let them understand one's person's situations in life and learn new experiences and gain new knowledge that they must carry on in their journey. Next is teach them how to be humble and forgivable. So teaching them to be humble is a good qualities that students must have, especially for the teacher or to those who have a professional jobs, rather than boosting their self to others, and also letting them know how to forgive is also good rather than hating someone else. Next is teach them about acceptance. So, if you teach them acceptance in every failure or success in their life, this would make them grow stronger and stronger day by day and more positive to move forward for better success in life. Next, let them learn how to socialize. So, teaching our students how to socialize is one of the steps to make them a better communicator and a problem solver rather than spreading useless rumors. Next is teach them how to share. So, letting our students learn to share their knowledge and material stuff is one of the good qualities that they have, and it will also lead to a good relationship with other people. Next is teach them with high quality education. So, teaching our students with high quality education is what they deserve, and they will always remember the learnings that they have in school. And there is a saying that no one should be left behind, and I believe that every teacher should teach their students with high quality and proper way of teaching so that no one would be left behind. And lastly, teach them what is right and wrong. Of course, teaching them what is right and wrong is very important for them to grow and face future challenges as a full fledged adult in the near future. Now, let's proceed to our last question. How will you teach? Of course, as a teacher, I will teach with great determination. I will teach using interactive method or any kind of strategies that we may integrate in our teaching. I will teach using the help of technology and digital devices since we are in the 21st century. I will teach using group activity and individual tasks to measure our students' academic performances, either they have improved or not. And lastly, I will teach with great compassion and love for my teaching, especially the students. That would be all for my philosophy of education as a teacher, and I hope that you have understand and learned something out of it. And thank you for listening, and God bless.